Welcome to NFS, Traveler. Today we will know about the old Nabataean civilization. The kingdom of the Nabataeans has not been substantially recorded by scholars and archaeologists alike, but that is changing. The question is if there is any connection between the Nabataeans and the ancient Greeks in Greco-Roman civilization. At its peak, Nabataean influence stretched from modern Yemen to Damascus and from western Iraq into the Sinai Desert, at least according to certain historians. It is difficult to say how large the area of Nabataean influence really was, as their caravans traveled widely. Equally challenging is to ascertain the borders of their dominion. Written records left by the Nabataeans are also rare and difficult to find, but much has been found, including links to Greco-Roman history and culture. The Nabataeans were apparently one of several nomadic Bedouin tribes that roamed the Arabian desert in search of pasture and water for their herds. In fact, they emerged as a distinct civilization and political entity between the 4th and 2nd centuries BCE, with their kingdoms centered around a loosely controlled trading network that brought considerable wealth and influence across the ancient world. That was the same period as the Hellenistic era, which began in 323 BCE and lasted until Rome's conquering of the Greek Empire that Alexander the Great had left to his generals, 145 BCE, and beyond. Petra and the Lost Kingdom of the Nabataeans. One of the most distinguished peoples of the ancient world, today they are known for their hauntingly beautiful rock-carved capital Petra. When seen, it is hard not to imagine some type of Greco-Roman influence in their architecture. The ancient city of Petra, which is actually the Greek word for rock, Ptero Alpha, is carved out of the rock of mountainous southern Jordan and houses some of antiquity's grandest relics. Created by the Nabataeans, whose history is often hazily recorded, Petra's monuments rival those of classical Greece and Rome. In its desert setting, this city relied on the skills of brilliant engineers who cut or built miles of channels, diverting springs and rainfall into their reservoirs. They redesigned nature with a carefree spirit to create a cosmopolitan garden city in the desert. Genius stonemasons cut provocative images and faces of their gods into rock. Using the tools available to them, they constructed impressive terraces and elaborate stairways within the mountains. Nabataeans might not have been Semitic people. Jane Taylor's Petra and the Lost Kingdom of the Nabataeans is especially informative about the Nabataeans. Taylor states that nobody really knows when the Nabataeans first set foot in Petra. She adds that it is even more questionable if they were truly Semitic people and that have been mixed up with Arabs of a similar ancient name. Even if some Nabataeans settled in the mountains of Edom around the early 6th century BC, this is all conjecture, Taylor explains. Nabataean history goes back to the Stone Age and conflicts with the Edomites, with whom they may have intermarried. They were mentioned in the Old Testament. This was before the people who built the city and whose remains can be seen today emerged. Thanks for watching us. Please like, share, and subscribe to make more video like this.